Hello everyone and welcome to another chit chat video. You know, the stuff I do once in a while. And well, it's a bit of a not so happy one this time from opinion. Let's get to the chase. I'm going to put away all my fantasy and Warhammer 40k stuff. So what happened? I've been playing again for over a year now, since I came back from the LEGO hobby. Tried all sorts of different things, paint-wise, game-wise, scales. I said in the previous movie, 28mm, it's the scale of the club. It wasn't in the movie, I think it was on a YouTube, on a blog post, but whatever. And 40k is easy because you can get a lot of opponents and games in, got a nice pool, but well, just like Age of Sigmar, which I find are terrible rules. Lovely models, the new Deepkin underwater rails are coming out. They're gorgeous, but I'm not biting. And the same goes for these guys of Warhammer 40k. So this was supposed to become a sergeant for a pre-heresy color scheme Emperor's Children unit. So that ain't gonna happen. He's gonna end up on eBay just like that, or second-hand shop or whatever, out with the stuff. Because I found playing with these guys and the sort of battle, so it's a very plastic American Civil War trooper. Way more interesting. It's another kind of game, another kind of mentality. Not so high voltage stuff. No need to paint. I also find that historical games are, at the club, visually more appealing. Might have to do with playing with uniformed regiments instead of, well, art aliens and mutated humans and everything. So I know there's the big battle at the end of May, for which I was supposed to be the Supreme Commander, 3,000 points. Going to play with Lucia. I hate that character so much. Well, though past Friday he finally did something useful instead of just dying. He like killed some Terminators and chat played, right? Well, he saved the game. For once. But well, it's just not my thing, so I won't be participating in that game. No pink phalanx on the table. Next year in the Analog Hobbies Challenge, Ray is going to be very happy because he doesn't have to judge all that pinky stuff and stuff. So, well, not much to do. For the rest, life's quiet. Painting viewers. I'm going to play one last battle. That's next Friday against my girlfriend. She wants to play 40k, so it's going to be the hardest fight I'll ever have. Either I'll win and sleep on the couch, or I lose and I'll hear it forever. Which is great fun. So, no, in all seriousness, I don't mind that teaching people. She might take my army afterwards, that way it doesn't have to go and she can play with all the pinkies. Though I believe she's more into the Dark Eldar or Sister Battle now that they're coming out in plastic, so that's going to be some things, but well, anyway, for me it's clear. All the rules, they're just, well, they're good, and like they say, it's easy to learn, more depth if you evolve, and blah 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 all you want, but if your opponent is on a lower level than you are, tactically or game wise or in-game knowledge, whatever you want to call it, I also find it's so bad to say someone is tactically not on your level, because hey, I'm not in charge of the NATO army forces, so I'm probably not that great in tactics either. Just saying. If the NATO is looking for someone who has around 85% win streak ratio in every game he plays, give me a call. We'll talk numbers. But you've got that problem. The difference then becomes too big because you just roll over them, and sure, you can botch and dice and everything, but it's like they always say, yeah, I lost that game on that dice roll. No, that's not true, because you probably lost the game on a gazillion dice rolls you did before. In historical, I've found from experience playing Ducks and American Civil War and everything, you can manipulate the dice rolls in that you get such overwhelming numbers with flanking maneuvers and everything that the line on the enemy just crumbles. The rolls are technically, well, paperwork, but they won't affect the outcome. You won't get, well, it can always happen, but you won't usually get those heroic 300 like the Spartan Legend or Islandwana situations where wave after wave after wave. Well, just dies and you lose anyway, so you might lose a wave and the second wave might crash, but the third wave will just go over it. While in 40k, a dug-in squad of Space Marines with all their power armor and cover saves and invariable all rise and whatever you want, well, you're just not going to shift them with because it's a very simple game-wise explanation actually. Well, it's what I think. Yeah, so you got your Marine. This is just a theory I got, and let me grab something else. Well, I'm gonna take that. Well, here, one of the assault Marines I was still painting with a girlfriend. I gotta finish them because cancelled. I don't know. And the Marine goes in. You got like 3 Marines around the base. So that means you count 3 dice of those guys for his 1 dice, and you got a 33% chance for him to take a wound. 1 against 3 odds, that's playable. I believe at the max you can put, like, with all the special rules and the 1 inch fighting in, but the bases are bigger than 1 inch, so you can, if you're really pushing it, put 5 figures against 1. So 5 troopers against the character is always going to win. So that's, you got all the piling stuff and everything, but in general 5 against 1 odds are about the maximum you'll be getting in the game. So in historicals, what you get is you got your line of Marines, say 10, and your line of whatever 40 other figures, which just means that because it's not strength, toughness, and saving throws and everything, you roll off and that decides the result. In general, it's not in every rule set like that, but in general it works like that. So that result will cause some casualties, some of the other unit the frontage, but everything on the line fights, not only the ones in actual contact, the other ones support. And if you play struggle games, you know what I mean. It's a bit hard of explaining this without actually a gaming table and all the figures laying out on the camera, but I still need to get a foot because you think it's now on the stand, but actually is a pile of books and I put the camera on top of that. Gotta cheat sometimes. And because it works with modifiers and everything, you get a more realistic result instead of a historic class stand or legendary stories or at a bar. So read my last battle report I wrote on the Emperor's Children from Boss Friday. It's on my blog and you'll see what I mean with tales for at the bar afterwards. It was pretty disgusting what I did there. Well, not in offending people and everything, but the way and the swagger, and I played a bit into my Slanishi character, perhaps too hard. But that's fun. But the reason it's not because the games aren't fun that I ain't going to play them anymore. The reason is very simple. It's the fact that I don't like the rules. You don't have a level playing field. If you put a Northern against a Southern army, they're level. If you put Greeks against Persians, you're playing with plain basic humans, all armed with a shield and either a pike or a bow or a sword. So you're quite level. 100-year French, we all know the history. Agincourt, the British won due to the terrain. And actually replaying that battle is quite difficult to win as the British with longbows against the Knights. So there you really have to factor in all the factors like it was historically. Okay, talking about a Sherman against the King Tiger, then maybe you're not playing battles anymore, but up to my period of interest with her, I will just say is general lines from the English Civil War to the American Civil War. That era in between, that's the periods I love the most, though. I like Ages, I like Dark Ages a lot as well. Though I don't play the Vikings, I usually play the other guys. You just have your basic human with your basic technology level and your, for as far as a shield and a sword was, high technology back then, and that's it. And you got human against human, and then your tactics are coming into play. and you're block maneuvering, and you don't have that in 40k. A new guy with an Adeptus those golden dudes, he can wipe a new plane because they're going back into that Codex power level creep. Your Codex Strugger army. It was good at the index books and everything, and the first ones, but you're starting to notice the line, and I don't want to go into the arms race anymore. So for me, this is the last day I'll be having 40k figures on my painting desk. I'm rounding them out, and I have to go. So that's about it. I got in this little chit chat. See you all again next time with talks about I don't know what. So see you all again in a non-disclosed time period. Cheers. If I found it on. Cheers.